Hello, this is 6 Minute English from BBC Learning English. I'm Neil.
And I'm Sam.
How's your week been, Sam?
Oh, it's class. I've not done much or been anywhere, so it's been a bit boring.
I know the feeling when nothing exciting happens, it can lead to boredom. The state of feeling lead to excitement or enthusiasm, but often because you've got nothing to do. But Sam, there's some good news. Boredom can be good for you.
Tell me more.
I will, but not until I've said you a question to answer. A survey by British newspaper, The Mirror found Peter Willis to be the most boring man in Britain. What boring hobby did he have that earned him that title? Was it A. Collecting train numbers, that's train spotting, B. Taking photos to letterboxes, or C. Driving around roundabouts of the UK?
Well, they all sound slightly boring, but I'm imagining taking photos of letterbox is the most boring. Have perhaps
Well, as usual, I will give you the answer at the end of the program, but as you say, we might die of bore. We might die of boredom following those habits, a phrase that expresses how extremely bored you are.
but not for everyone's bottoms depends on your stage of mind. Some of us may find something boring, while others may is fascinating.
True, but let's talk about feeling bored when we have nothing to do, not even transporting. Having nothing to do or doing the same task again and again can certainly be demotivating, but according to Sandyman, who was speaking on the BBC World Service, the Wi-Fi program, being bored doesn't have to be boring. It can be good for us.
It's this emotion everyone thinks is so negative, but there's a real positive to it too. There's a real upset to it. We become more creative. So, for example, being boring, bo- being bored allows our minds to wander, allows us to daydream, and that can actually lead us to problem solving and creatively. I feel that's persuading and scoring our bottom away these days, that we are losing that creatively because we have got so much to entertain us, but it seems that the more we have to entertain us, the more bored we seem to be, and there's a reason for that, and that's because we actually addic- get addicted to stimulation, and to novelty.
Some interesting thoughts from Sentiment here. She says that there's an upside to boredom. That means a positive side to a bad situation, and that is, it can make us more creative.
That's because when we have nothing to do, we allow our minds to wander. We can think freely, which may help us solve problems. This cannot happen when, as they says, we write and scroll our bottom away, referring to the movements we make on smartphones.
Yes, and it's a smartphone we turn to for entertainment when we are bored. It gives us stimulation. It's activities or enriches the mind, and it gives us something new, unusual, and different to look at, what we can call novelty.
I'm sure many of us look at our phones where we are in a queue or sitting on a bus just to prevent being bored. But it seems we should just sit and think. Let's take inspiration from Melhus Songs as author and host of the Apex podcast. Yes, Here she is speaking on the five factor program, explaining that it takes euros but it's worth it.
We think who wants to be bored? What an awful sensation that is. And I think that the issue is with my wondering. You won't immediately to get to roses and creeping birds and amazing creative thinking. This is that this uncomfortable period that you have to pass through where maybe you start thinking about things you don't want to think about or uncomfortable situations or unpleasant feelings that you have. That's why boredom I think has negative connotations because we feel uncomfortable. But when we stuck with it, that's when the good stuff can come. So we might think boredom as an awful sensation or feeling because that's when we start focusing on negative things. Most things that's why we have negative connotation with boredom.
Connotations is an emotion connected to our work, but if we rush for the bad stuff and stuck with it, amazing creative thinking can happen. As mentioned, says the good stuff can come.
So basically, don't think of boredom as being boring. However, could this adjective be applied to the hobby that Peter Willis, the most boring man in British, does?
Yes, Leo, you asked me what that hobbies is, and I said he took photos for passports. Was I right?
Yes, you were. Congratulations. The former postman dreams of taking a photo of all of Britain's 150k post boxes.
Well, good luck to Peter. I didn't realize there were so many passports in the UK. So we have been talking about the benefits of boredom today. Boredom is the state of feeling little excitement or enthusiasm.
He mentioned the phrase to die of boredom, which we use to express how extremely bored we are.
But boredom has an upside, which means it has a positive side to a bad situation.
We hear the word stimulation, which means activates or enriches the mind, and novelty, which describes something that is new, unusual, or different.
And it describes connotations that's an emotion connected to our work.
Well, I hope you haven't been bored listening to us. Goodbye for now.
Bye.